stay fresh from my head to my shoestrings. Hit the bank, fill my wallet with some loose leaf. Spending money not a problem, it's a routine. I'ma make it in the ATL.
Every day I'm trying to make it in the A. Every day I'm trying to make it in the A. Every day I'm trying to make it in the A. Every day I'm trying to make it.
Nighttime, vicious, atmosphere suspicious. Knife could cut through the thickness.
Oh boy.
What's up, bro?
Tony! I'm a bit concerned about that. If someone invites you over, want to have a face-to-face, a personal conversation, that means it's important. Could be the trip going to Florida, could be me stepping down as director of content. We gonna find out.
So what's up, man? How you been?
I'm good, Tony. How are you doing?
I've been good, bro. Just like really focused, you know, in the season that I'm currently in my life. Like, as you know, I lost a whole lot of weight.
You look good.
Thank you. I was at, 2 years ago, almost 300 pounds. Now I'm at 185 pounds.
There you go.
So lost a whole person.
Right.
But, with that comes a lot of complications and then everything with Minola TV, the transition from one office to the new one. And we're still kind of
moving things and whatnot.
Right, getting that set up. But the trip is something that I'm really excited about, and the reason why I invited you to come on the trip is because I have a lot of things set up to meet with a lot of people down there. A couple, radio personalities, some DJs, a couple artists and stuff like that. So I think that'll be a great opportunity for us to just kind of network and
I will not be able to go on that trip with you.
What do you mean?
I have a project that came up, and during the dates, it's just not gonna be possible.
Everything's already paid for in advance. We had this planned for like 2 or 3 weeks, so.
I don't have an excuse, it's just not gonna be possible this time.
All right. Let's talk about something while we're on the topic of the trip and everything that was going on, because there's an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. A few months ago, we sat down, me, you, and Talal, Anthony, everybody, we all talked and we discussed some things. And I entrusted in you that you were gonna be the director of content for Minola TV, which was a big role. It was basically kind of taking control of how the people that were submitting content to the network, making sure that it wasn't just trash content. And I saw some effort, I saw some things that you did engage in and some things that you did do, but then it just kind of went dead for a while and there was nothing happening at all. And then I found myself doing a majority of all the work.
Let's talk about the timeline. This is all at the start of Minola growing.
Right.
I also believe that there were events both from Minola and also externally that just went towards that role not being able to be sustained. Also, resources were not available enough in order for me to be able to fully.
The lack of resources was that you didn't take the time to do what you had to do. The resources was there. It was written on black and white. You just didn't do the work. I think that if you needed those resources, then you could have said, hey, this is not available, or I need that. Because it's startup, so you already know.
Right, but also Tony. But also
you didn't
Tony.
say nothing though.
But you also
stayed
remember,
quiet the entire time.
I didn't really stay quiet. I didn't really stay quiet. I mean, I think I'm very vocal on things. I believe that on both sides, communication is a bit of an issue. But I also do feel like there's a lack of empathy regarding the perspective and the opinion that either of us have. I have empathy towards what is going on or went on with Tony.
Out of all the other people that could have been there, did not show up. But the one individual that I looked to help me to build where we needed to build at with Minola was you. Nobody else was given such a high position at that time but you. You dropped a last minute bomb. This is what I'm talking about. Another last minute. The last minute that we just had with I'm stepping down from director of content. Now you're telling me.
Charlie, I didn't even drop a last
Yo, you're telling me.
I don't even drop
24 hours before the trip that you're not gonna be able to go.
Bro, this is the only time that I've been able to even make it over here.
But you said nothing about the
But I
trip until
basically
today.
told you that I would do my very best. I never confirm, like, Charlie, what's
It
up?
doesn't matter if you confirm.
It really does, though.
It does not matter if you confirmed or not, but you could have called me a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and you could have said, yo, I can't make it on the trip, da-da-da-da. But besides the point, it shows how genuine I am as a friend to you, as a person who is looking out for you, because even despite me being angry about you stepping down, I still invited you to go on a trip that is going to put you on. But you know what though, I'm good.
I feel you are very, very selfish.
Selfish?
Like you are a
Really?
Like this guy be selfish
Really?
motherfucker. Wow.
Really?
Yes.
And then we smiling about, yo, you can get the
I'm gonna get the
out.
you.
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 We'll
Yeah,
see.
get that, yeah.
I put on.
You
I'm
the
the
trip.
CEO. I'm the CEO,
Yeah.
mother.
You go on that trip alone. The friendship is fine in my eyes. To my perspective, I believe that we're good. Why would we not be? Why? That is a
Thought you could play me.
I'm the CEO. I don't give a who the you are.
Time to check yourself.
What the I was already on before you even knew me, boy. Man. Emotions were flared, things were said. It's a lack of character on both parts. Man, what the I believe that we can straighten things out.
Really? Me? Selfish? Don't forget, I'm the one that put you on. But you know what? I got something for you though. Come a little closer, get a little closer. You too. But on the other note, I'm going to Miami by myself, baby. What's up? I'm in Miami. Coming real soon.
All right, guys, I'm back. It's been a journey, I can tell you that. We've been in the process on moving the studio out where we were initially. So I spoke with Tony Talal. We're planning on big things in the future. We now got a building where we can put the studio at. But as you can see, if you look at the background, I have it temporarily at my house right now because I still want to continue on recording, finding those talented artists that are out there, right? So I'm excited for that. As you can tell, I did drop a little weight last season. I felt like I was a little overweight and that was just based on stress. But now I kind of changed my lifestyle habits around and now I'm just getting myself back in shape like I used to be. So since then, I think I dropped like 15 pounds, but working on trying to double that. So I'm very excited to show you my journey and then go from there. My morning routine, waking up at 6 in the morning every morning, dipping my face into ice cold water. I feel like if you take cold showers, it just gives you energy throughout the day. Now, back in the day, I used to drink a lot of energy drinks and I felt like that wasn't very healthy. So I try to change my habits around and find ways to give that energy. So I just been focusing on waking up every morning and going from there.
Left the city angry, mind on fire, business on the line, stakes getting higher. Jet to Miami.
I am in Miami. Yo, that's gonna forever live in my head. I'm super excited to be here in my hometown. You know, it was a journey, a process to get here. You know what I'm saying? See, no, you missing out. But hey, it's all good though. So what's the itinerary for what we got going on while we're down here in Florida? Let's see, you know, we got some retail therapy. We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna be at the pool. I got a lot of things in store.
Play it safe, keep the feelings away. Too late, now I'm falling again. My mistake.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm one of Tony's good friends and the only one. I like good vibes. I think I'm full of energy but don't come play with me because I'm not playing with you. So I'm a cosplayer and I also stream, and I want to meet the rest of the group. So we're gonna start off with getting my nails done with Ashley. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm so excited to meet her since she's one of Tony's friends.
Hey y'all, my name's Ashley Vega. I am a singer, actor, dancer, follower of God, you name it. Like, I am so excited to be here. Jennifer invited me to go to the nail salon together, so let's see what we talk about.
How did you meet Tony?
So I met Tony through a friend, actually. Tony was planning on doing a play, and he was finding actors for that play. And so GJ remembered me, that I love singing, acting, all of that. So he was like, oh, I know somebody, let's bring her on board. And then I met Tony, and we just, you know, started.
You just clicked?
Yeah, we just clicked. So how did you meet Tony, actually?
I met Tony a couple years ago, and we've just been close ever since. We're like this.
Knowing
That's my
somebody
bestie.
too.
Yeah. I think she's adorable. She's so cute. She's full of life. So I think we're gonna get along great.
My thoughts on Jennifer, I love her to the core. She is so real, so relatable, like she's so laid back. I love that type of energy because that makes me feel comfortable to be who I am. You know what I mean?
So did you hear what happened between Tony and Nana?
No, what happened?
So Tony and Nana got into it because Nana wasn't doing his job for Minola TV.
Yeah.
And so they got into it, but it got really bad. Like, they were cussing at each other. They probably almost got into an actual fist fight.
That is so weird because I know that they were super close too. So for them to kind of like lash out like that, something must have happened. Communication, someone not doing their part right. And I think Nana wasn't.
And Tony kicked out Nana out of his house. Like, that's insane for their relationship.
Yeah.
And then apparently Nana also dropped the bomb where he wasn't gonna go to their Miami trip. And that just makes everything worse, you know?
Yeah. No, we're gonna have to do something for real. Cause I know that they were super close, so for them to like drop this out of nowhere, something must have happened. Something must have been in the air, or I don't know.
You know, actually, I was thinking, if anything, Tony's response is really valid. Nana wasn't doing his job at all, now that I think about it.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like,
yeah.
The communication was in there. Maybe, you know, life, like what I said, life happens, but at the end of the day, like if you were given that title and you knew you were in a commitment, like with a team and making this production work, you know, we're all just trying to make it out here.
Tell me about it.
Okay, I'm so early on to this whole drama thing. I don't really know if I should even pick a side. Tony, Nana, I'm in the middle, for right now at least. Okay, so what do you think we should do for the whole situation of Nana and Tony? Because obviously that's gonna build a bridge, some type of grudge. So doing something to kind of bring them together, to kind of get this all resolved. So do you think we should like throw a party, a gathering, a dinner?
I'm thinking like an outing to bring us all together, but we should probably text the group chat and see exactly what they're thinking about.
Add me on there.
Yeah. Also, dude, your lashes are super cute. I like the little flare that you did that.
I truly do believe having an outing where everyone can get together and putting Tony and Nana in the same room can genuinely spark up something, either good or bad. But me, honestly, I feel like putting all of us in the same room can kind of, hopefully, get things situated.
Anthony wants to go to Anatolia. Have you been there before?
I actually never heard of, I heard of the place, but I've never been to it.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice spot. I think that would be the good spot for all of us to go.
Let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead
and have a good time. Afterwards, I was thinking of a cosplay party. So
and you cosplay too yourself,
yes,
right?
I do. So do you?
Okay, so I don't do cosplay, but I did attend MomoCon, I think 2 years ago, and I dressed up as Moana and Katara.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
cute. So I don't know. I've never, especially it being my first time. I mean, I do Halloween costumes.
Oh,
but
I love Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love to dress up. Yeah, I love to
What
dress
is like
up.
one of your favorite cosplays that you've done?
It's this girl named Diane from 7 Deadly Sins. It's an anime.
My boyfriend sees 7 Deadly Sins and he's been here screaming at the phone like...
Yeah, that's the giant is who I like.
Diana?
Yeah.
I've seen her. She's so sweet.
Yeah. So when we go to Anatolia, you gotta watch me.
Okay.
Three shots max. Because if not, I'm gonna black out.
I'm more of the chill, you know, I'll just be there vibing with you, but...
Make sure I'm not taking them back to back because sometimes I tend to do that.
I mean, we are Latina. I mean, we have it in our blood, but I'm more of the chill.
Oh, I'm so glad that we got to meet through Tony. This is such a blessing.
Oh my goodness, I love it, I love it.
I'm really excited to do my cosplay party. I think we're gonna have great vibes there. Us mingling and talking, and maybe just through those conversations, we'll kind of like get the negative vibes out. I want to meet Kayla. I want to get to know her, and because I didn't get to have an outing with her, only with Ashley, so maybe in the future I'll be able to have an outing with her.
What's up? I didn't know you was here today.
Ooh, it's so good to see you, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just another day, another dollar.
You know, I love to see my baby. Well, you know, excuse me, my grown man.
Yeah.
You no longer the baby.
I ain't a baby no more. Today, I got to go hang out with my mom at her place, and it's always such a good time, good laughter. You know, we gonna kick back, have fun, and just enjoy each other's company and time. So yeah, I love hanging out with her.
So what brings you by?
Just coming here to brainstorm. I like to come here and get my creative juices, creative content flowing.
Well, you know your mama the clarity queen, so you better come on. What you need, babe? What you need? What
clarity
you need?
queen. I hear you.
What's up?
Just, you know, got this podcast coming out, getting everything done for that. Website, merch, you know, it's a lot. Just trying to make it, do my best.
Did you send me the blueprint? Did you send me the strategy?
Yeah, I sent you the information.
I checked my inbox, nigga. I ain't see nothing.
Well, I'll make sure you get it tonight. I'll make sure
you do that.
I'll make sure you have it.
You do that. We work well together. We literally meet twice a month. And I help him strategize. We talk about marketing, we talk about his business, our personal life, our financial life. We really treat each other like business colleagues.
With my creativity, I'm in a good space. I'm definitely, you know, working, grinding, got a lot going on, a lot of different moving parts right now. Definitely the podcast I can talk about, working on that, working on building out a Christian community where all people, young adults, can feel welcome and feel involved and feel like they can be a part of it. So I'm excited about that. That's what's in the works.
I'm very involved in one way, really more as a mentor and a guide. I'm no more the momager. You know, we actually wrote an agreement that he signed. So parents out there, you ready to get rid of those children, those dope kids, call ourselves adulting? I got an agreement for you to get them to sign. What is Kayla working on now?
Kayla, you know, that's the wild child. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no telling what she...
You ain't gotta tell me, but you know.
No telling what she working on. She might be working on some beauty stuff. She might be working on her plays and her acting. She might
Does
be
she
working
do
on
those
singing.
magnetic lashes? I need some lashes.
She do lashes, she do hair, she do nails, she do outfits, she do whatever you need. She gonna pull up on the scene and she gonna do it right there.
She gonna be like Lenny from Good Times.
Nah.
Come in with his jacket.
Nah, she gonna come in with the suitcase. She got whatever you need in that suitcase. She
Okay.
gonna open that bad boy up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else going on with your friends though? Talk to me.
You know, same old drama, same old.
Tell me about Nana. He is a hot mess. Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'm the auntie that everybody loves. So don't tell me he is a hot mess.
Well, you know, he got his Michael Jackson Prince thing coming, you know. What's Scream? You remember Scream? You know, he got that whole thing going. So, you know, he just getting it together, putting it together.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he the shadiest in y'all group? Who in the group brings drama and who brings peace? I would say my son brings peace because he's a very peaceful guy. He brings me peace. Like if I'm fussy or I'm mad, he knows how to calm me. He knows how to soothe me. I would say Tony brings peace. Nana is straight drama. Anthony could be a little bit of drama. And I don't know enough about Ashley, but she might be a little needy.
So today we're in Fort Myers, Florida. I'm super excited to be back. It's been about 4 years since I've been here. Every time I come to Fort Myers, I always feel like there's a void, and that void is, you know, my grandparents, my dad, my mom, they're all deceased. So I don't like to come back so much because there's so many memories. It feels like every corner that I turn, every road that I go down, it reminds me of my grandmother, my grandfather, my mom and dad. And you know, I miss them a great bit. It still feels like it was yesterday since they've all passed. Coming back, you know, is a good thing and a bad thing. So I'm just excited to be home. This place don't look nothing like it did as I was growing up. I mean, after so many years, people move in and the neighborhood just goes to shit. I think one of the things that really hurt the most is when we had to sell my grandparents' house. At that time, I was too young, too broke to buy a house. That tree right there, we planted that, me and my grandmother planted that tree right there. When we planted it, it was super, super small. And now look at it. I'm 44 years old, and I must have been like 3 or 4 when we planted that tree. And now it's just big as hell. That's crazy. Visiting my grandparents' grave after all this time, going back to, you know, Lehigh Acres and Fort Myers, it kind of, I don't know, it felt very different. I hadn't been there in a very long time. I think the last time that I was there, vacation-wise, was probably about 4 years ago. Every time I go, I always leave the feeling of, you know, like unfulfilled, like something didn't, you know, get done or I missed something. I've come to realize that what I'm missing is the hugs, the love from my grandfather and my grandmother, from my dad, my mom. I think that's probably why I've avoided going back to Fort Myers and Lehigh for so long, because it's just always going to be that void there. The memories never fade because the one we love remains with us, for love itself lives on. And as long as there is memory, they'll live on in our hearts forever. You know, I found this in Grandma's Bible. It was a little Bible marker thing that she had, and it was on the back of the marker. And I gave it to Granddaddy, and I said, I gave it to Granddaddy.
And that's how y'all came up with the...
And that's how we came up with that, to put it on there. I was down house.
That neighborhood done growed up, though.
Growed up. It's all growed up. They ain't cut the grass. They got stuff, everything going with.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that house, though, they made it all gray. It's just plain.
Plain?
No, all the plants are gone. Jeez. It's like the person that's living there now didn't like plants. They just chopped them all up. They added solar panels on the roof.
Oh, wow.
And they added a screen porch. You know,
that neighborhood done growed up, though, right?
It growed up. It's got houses everywhere, but the people ain't keeping the houses up. And, you know, your parents' house, the people that have brought it, they ain't there no more. I don't know who's there now. We went by there, too, to kind of check it out.
Wow.
Then we went to go see Auntie Barbara.
Go fast.
I got a chance to see my aunt. She is the last living sibling of my grandmother's, and just being able to hang out with my Aunt Louise, it was a lot of fun. Also seeing my cousin Corey, man, it was a lot of fun to see family and friends and just really catch up. My, you know, my parents are all deceased. Yeah. My grandparents, my mom, my dad, they're all deceased. And, you know, I was at the cemetery just kind of going back in time. As I was driving through Lehigh, I got a little emotional because I was thinking about how, you know, when I was a kid, 4 years old, in the car with my grandfather, just kind of chilling, not really thinking about anything else. All I knew was that I had Legos at home and toys to play with, you know what I mean? And friends to run around the neighborhood and act a complete fool with. But now you get older, things change, people change, and they die, like you said, and so many people have died, like you lose contact with them. And literally, like when I was at the cemetery walking around, finding somebody that I went to middle school with, didn't even know that they had died.
And then you see the name.
And then you see the name, you're like, damn, I went to school with them. And it's crazy, it's like surreal to me.
Well, it's not until like later in life where we start to understand the fragility of life, from the littlest things. I have a friend I've known for a very long time that just had a stroke. He's 2 years older than I am. And we don't think about these things, but that's the truth of life.
I got a chance to meet up with my old high school buddy, David Adorno. We went to go have lunch and, just kind of catch up on everything. And one of the things that really stuck with me is that we talked about, just life in general and going through, the different processes of changes and with health. And just kind of hearing some of the things that David said really, resonated with my heart. Last month, but my doctor called me, he was like, nope, I need you to come in. There's this new procedure that we want to try out and put you on and see if it works for you. So I kind of changed my schedule around. I had spoke to you about it, got down here, this month, but I went in for that process to see if it worked. Went back, do another follow-up scan, and mind you, these scans are like $1,500 every time because the insurance only pays here and there, yeah. Go back for another scan, do my follow-up before I come down here, and the doctor's like, I got some good news for you. I was like, what? Actually, let me tell you the part. He almost fell over coming into the room to tell me. He was like, you're back, in good spirits. Like, he goes, you're in remission. He's like, the liver has completely reversed from the stage that it was in. Bro. And so the worldwide, your boy's in remission from stage 4 liver disease. If that ain't a miracle, I don't know what it is. It's straight up God, you know what I mean?
To be clear, like, I don't believe in circumstance. I don't think any believer does in being Christian.
Right.
There is 100% power in prayer. And one of my favorite, I'll call it story in the Bible, is when the crippled man was lowered down into the room to go meet Jesus.
Right.
And it took the faith of his friends to get him deliverance, to get him healing. Not just him as the human being,
right,
but his friends believed enough that said, no, we're going to go.
Right,
we're
right.
going to do this for you. Sometimes we think that there is a period in that sentence when it's really just a comma. And that could be in any of our circumstances.
Right.
We think it's, all right, well, I guess this is it. And it's really just a pause. And it's in that discomfort that I think we find out what we're made of. And even more so, I think there are opportunities for us to really say, gut check, who do I really believe in? Who's my source of strength? Especially, again, as Christians, it's kind of like a check for us to look back and say, well, yeah, is he really my king? And will I act as my king that looks over me?
Right.
Or my father, like my actual father in heaven, caring for a child, the same way we would do anything for our kids. It changed my perspective on how I look at circumstances in my life, especially the ones that are dire. Because I'm going to move heaven and earth, and God forbid something happens to my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing that he's got all control to do that. And that something great then comes out of it because of it. A story that only you can really tell.
Right.
That you're a storyteller as it is.
Right.
You've got a platform to share that story. You've got the network to do it.
Right.
There isn't anyone better suited than you.
David spoke some realistic, heartfelt words into my soul. And we talked about so much, and we talked about being able to grow within your faith, grow within yourself, and forgiveness and understanding. And so much was taken from out of that conversation that we had. And I'm just grateful for having good friends like David. We've always stayed in contact throughout the years. We don't talk every day, but we always kind of reach out to each other. And he's just big on support. Hearing him just kind of talk to me about where his faith is with God and how far he has come, it's amazing, man. We were kids, we were teenagers. We would have never known David Adorno to be this God-fearing, good, guy who would, being a father, a husband, raising his kids, running business, doing what he does. It's amazing. And I'm really proud of where he has gone in his adult life. And I'm just grateful to God that, I was able to witness his growth. I don't drink anymore, but cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you.
Flynn. Here's the charger you asked me for.
Thanks.
Yes.
Can I ask your opinion on something? I'm doing this video on how resumes are bull, and I wanted to know what you think.
All right.
Okay. So this is what I got so far. Resumes are bull. Motherfuckers
You did this alone?
don't even look at resumes. In the studio.
Go apply to some of these fucking jobs. People aren't even looking at your resume anymore. That gets put in a fucking database where that is scanned for keywords. Everybody should have a portfolio. All your work experience should be documented in pictures and videos. Show me what you've done.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a huge part of me that does care what people think. I think it's a normal thing, but when you put out such a controversial message like resumes or BS, I know people are gonna look at me, I know people are gonna push back, I know people are gonna challenge my ideas, and I just wanna make sure that I'm solid and confident in what I believe in. That's an everyday challenge, to be honest with you. What do you think?
I like it.
I know most people are gonna disagree and say, oh, well, you know, you need your resume. But I mean, my resume's fucking stacked. I got degrees, well, a degree, and I just, I don't know.
Did you actually finish going to school?
Yeah, I did finish going to school.
You know, I actually followed your advice and I stopped going to school.
Really?
So I resonate with this.
Yeah, Leslie is part of Revanchi. That's my wife, my future wife. Everything that I do, I love to run by her. I trust her opinion. I trust her perspective. I think every man needs that backup in a woman, that support, and it just boosts your confidence and makes you feel like you're doing the right thing.
Yes, I am a part of Revanchi. I'm not as active in creating stuff such as Ashley is, but I am a model for Revanchi. And at the beginning, I wasn't too fond of joining something that was Flynn's, but as time went on, I really found myself being involved in. But yes, I am an important member in Revanchi. So I agree that degrees are dead and I like it. Have you posted it already?
No, not yet.
Because?
I just want some more feedback.
More energy?
More energy? More, I don't know. I just don't know if people are going to really connect with it. I feel like maybe it's too out there.
Remember we talked about how we shouldn't dumb down things for people? So don't dumb it down. I like how it looks. The idea people aren't going to agree with entirely, but that's not the point. The point is that you get your idea out, which you did. You look handsome, by the way. So yeah, I like it. What are you waiting for to post it? For me to say yes?
Maybe.
Okay. Have you made any more?
No, I'm just starting with this one. You know, now that you say that, I think maybe I will post it.
It goes good with the theme that you have going on. Is that the theme this year? Like dramatic and controversial and in your face, everything that you know is wrong. That's what it looks like.
I mean, it's not by design. I'm just speaking what I think.
It's writing itself out, huh?
Yeah, this is my experience. I've applied to all these damn jobs and nobody looks at my resume, so I'm starting to think, well, maybe they're just BS, you know?
So are you mad because nobody took your resume? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I am mad. I apply on Indeed for all these jobs and then nobody gets back to me. I know I'm not the only one. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. I have this friend named Sid and he's been applying to jobs and no one's called him back.
Is he applying on Indeed?
Yeah, he's applying on all of them. He's even on dating apps trying to get jobs.
Nah.
Yeah, it's that bad for him. He's that desperate. It's crazy. But I'm gonna put it out though. I think it's
totally
very nice that, well, I appreciate you saying that you like it and that I'm handsome too.
You agree with that too?
I do.
Good. Well, you should put it out.
I'm gonna ask Ashley what she thinks.
Yeah? Please, please. I mean, she's in the team and controversial maybe for her too, right? Because she's going to school. So yeah, ask for her opinion. You need time to talk to her about it? Okay. I'm leaving.
No, I don't feel like I'm lacking any confidence. I'm pretty solid in what I believe. I'm pretty solid in the messages that I put out there. I'm living this life. I'm not scared of anything. I'm experiencing what I'm preaching on a day-to-day basis. I walk the walk, so it only feels right to talk the talk.
Yo. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's up? How you doing? Good to see you.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Yo, what it is? It's your boy D.I. Gold coming to you live from Broward County, Florida. Just hopping in to check on my boy Tony from the Minola TV network to see what's going on with him, see how he been doing, see how his health doing, see what we can stir up, see if we can cook some stew, just try to create some business, you feel me? Straight like that.
What's up? Hi everybody, my name is DJ 1 Trillion, walk around smelling like 1 million. I'm actually one of the good friends and business partners of Tony here at Minola TV Network. I am a content contributor as well as a longtime confidant and great friends with Tony.
One of the buddies that came kind of on board to help out, his name is Minola, and he was working with us to he was supposed to be like A&R for the recording studio, because when we kind of merged with the investor, he wanted to bring in like music part of it too. I said, I don't want nothing to do with that, I already had it. I don't want to do it again. If I'm bad experience, I'm good. Anyways, we brought Nana on. I met him through some other friends, and he was supposed to be like A&R for the studio part and then director of content for the TV network. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring people and make sure that content's good, all that stuff. That way it can take me from doing everything that I was doing and focus on what matters. That's building, getting us where we need to go. So we're 10 months in. We started working on other projects. We done filmed a movie, all that stuff. I done put him in on the movie. You know, I did the play, The Hunting with Them, my very first stage play. Sold out, success, very nice. People asking when I'm doing another one. That's how good it was. So I done really put Buddy on, like got you on billboards, like a whole lot. The other night, we get a chance to sit down and we were talking. I was like, kind of give the lineup of what's gonna happen on the trip while we're coming down here. And he drops the bomb and said, oh, I'm not gonna be able to go. I'm like, what do you mean you're not gonna be able to go? I've already taken care of everything in advance. What are you talking about? Oh, something came up and it's more important. So that sparked me to talk about some conversations that was had about him being director of content, and I brought it up. I was like, listen, you told me that you're gonna step down, and I was like, but I looked at it over 10 months, you haven't really did anything. Not anything that I asked you to do. Not nothing, but.
Do I think Tony was wrong for calling out Nana's absence? I wouldn't say he was wrong, because everybody's entitled to how they feel, and especially in the setting that we were talking in, you know, amongst us. Like I said, I'm one of his closest confidants for years now, and so I imagine him to be candid with me, especially when it comes to things that he's passionate about, like Minola TV. It's almost like, do you have any dogs, any children? You know, you get protective when people come after the things that you're trying to raise up and do, you know, put all your energy into, so nobody could fault for that.
I've done everything that I told you that I was gonna do.
Correct.
You wanna be in a movie? I put you in a movie. You want to be in a play? I put you in a play. You on a billboard, you can drive up and down Buckhead, Atlanta, all these different areas in Atlanta, and they see your face up there on the billboard with your sunglasses and all. You up there. But yet, when I asked you to do those 5, 10 things for me, not one thing got done.
I've had a couple experiences, but you always gotta remember, people always remember what you don't do, but they always forget what you do. I've had places and people in my life that I've done the most for, cared about them more than I cared about myself. But at the end of the day, they were the selfish ones, because all they cared about is what they can get from me. And if they're not here for you, they're against you. You gotta get those people away from you immediately, because they life drainers, they blood suckers of the poor, all that good stuff. You just gotta back up off of those type of people. So let me ask you a question. Why it took 10 months for you to get rid of them?
Me being so focused on my health, because I was engaged into that.
That's fair.
I can agree.
Trying to live,
okay.
that I wasn't engaging into the bull that was happening with him not doing what he was supposed to do. So now you're sitting in my house, this buddy gonna go and tell me, I think you're selfish.
Do I think Tony's selfish with his personal and professional relationships? Absolutely not. And I think a big part of that is you have to have a real team mindset. Because think about the players that played on the team with Michael Jordan. Would they say that he was selfish? Or did he do what he needed to do to help his team win?
I said, I'm selfish? Really?
In what part of the world?
I'm the one that put you on. Like, who were you before I met you? I mean, I ain't brag, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but like, I told you what I was gonna do.
Right.
If I say, yo, there you go, I'm putting you on billboards all around the city, and then you driving down I-95 or somewhere on 285 in Atlanta, and you popping up on billboards, you're like, yo, he said he gonna do it, he did it. I did exactly what I promised and got the receipts to show.
He basically just gave you his resignation. He basically, like, I can understand, you know, people arguing, discussing topics, but first of all, you have to establish the chain of command and the hierarchy of what is the network. Look here, man, this is me. I employ you. There ain't nothing past that.
Right.
Simple as that. We can be friends outside of that, but when it comes down to business, I am your employer. You are my employee. So we're gonna handle that as such. If I ask you to do something for me and you don't do it, ain't nothing else to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. We ain't gotta discuss nothing. You can send them a nice text message. Hey, I love the work you did or that you didn't do. You'll no longer need it. Send and be done with it. Man, come on.
I definitely feel that they were valid. I've known Trillion, the DJ, for several years. We actually owned a recording studio together called Artists Anonymous back in the day. And, you know, we had some similar situations that happened with another one of our partners that was involved with the recording studio. But we, as grown men, resolved our issues. But with me and Nana, you know, it's a different situation, a different scenario. And they kind of hear, you know, my homie's, you know, opinion on what is happening. You know, I can definitely validate what he's saying, and I agree with him, you know. Overall, when people are just who they are, they will show. What happens in the night will always what? Come out in the day.
But just to let you know too, man, a part of the reason I slowed up with spin sessions was because not only, like, DJing is one of the many things I do. I wear a lot of hats, you know, and so it was hard for me to connect all the dots I needed to in that way. So I was trying to find my my passion back in creating and producing. And what I did was I worked on some music, and I wanted to get your opinion on it.
All right, let me hear what you got.
And of course I turned my volume down.
Oh, yo, I reached out to Trillion and I was like, yo, can you make an intro song for this project that I'm working on? And he was like, I got you. Within like 30 to 40 minutes, he had it done, recorded, mixed, and ready to go. And so being able to kind of hear what he put together was amazing. And I always know he can do it, you know what I'm saying? If anybody can make a song like that on the spur of the moment, it's gonna be Trillion, the DJ. ATL. What?
You know?
I'm loving it.
It was a fulfillment. You know, it's not, if you're a musician or if you're an artist, somebody that's serious about their craft, anytime you have any positive feedback, that's what you're looking for, you know? But then when people actually give you praise and positive feedback, like, that means the world. That lets you know that's confirmation. What you thought was good in your mind actually might have been.
What new projects am I most excited about right now? Oh, I got a huge remix dropping with a local Miami artist, huge artist, by the way, dropping in a couple days. I also have the merch from my Plus Size Queens clothing line, called Plus Size Queens. This is one of the jackets. And we shipping internationally now. Can't beat that.
Okay.
Hi, Flynn.
Yo, Ashley. I'm thinking about dropping this video and I want to know what you think.
Flynn, you and your controversial freaking topics, bro. I mean, hey, tell me about it. Like, what does it consist of?
It's about how resumes are BS. Ashley's also in Revanchi. She's definitely one of the main contributors on the team. And I love running ideas by her. We always bounce ideas off in our brainstorms. She helps me with social media stuff. She helps me with creating content. We gotta do things like this. We gotta put these messages out. There's probably somebody out there who needs to hear this, who's in between going for their dream and they just need that push, that understanding.
I completely understand and like see what you're trying to, you know, like your vision of everything, but we also have to keep in mind about those other halves of people that can take it a different way. But I understand and I hear what you're saying about like that one person needed to hear that message. So I'm down for it.
Ashley is always doubting. The first thing out of her mouth is always a doubt. Why we should not do it instead of why we should do it. And I always gotta convince her. I always have to address her fears before we proceed. But I think I'm getting pretty good at it.
I love my girl Ashley, but I'm more in favor of the idea coming out. I'm glad that he takes in her opinion, but the goal is to get the message out, which is his word, what he believes in. So I need that out. I need that out regardless of who is going to be scared.
I like the idea, but remember we to keep in mind those who think otherwise on that topic, right? But think twice about it, but I like it.
All right, I'll consider that, I guess. Thanks anyway. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.
I think Ashley's scared of me posting this video because she cares what people think. She cares of whether or not people accept her or accept how she thinks. And I'm just of the opinion that, so what? So what people think? If they like the idea, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But the people who are with it are gonna rock with it no matter what. So I'm gonna post it.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Tony, how are you?
I'm good. Just, you know, it's been quite the week. I've been just kind of ripping and running, meeting with Diego and Trillion, the DJ, just kind of talking on business. And then today I went to Fort Myers to, you know, pay respects to my grandparents' grave and my father's grave. And I got a chance to see my grandmother's last living sibling, my aunt. And I saw another aunt that I hadn't really talked to since my mother died. I got a chance to meet up with one of my brothers from another mother, David, and we talked, and just a really great experience. Oh, and I forgot, I saw my cousin, my uncle, who looks just like my dad. Just old times, reminiscing. I got emotional. I have some good news though.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm in remission.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, you know, new treatment that my doctor tried out, and it worked, and my liver went from out of F5 to F1, and it's basically, it's reversed. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm super excited, and, you know, things are about to turn around, and, you know, despite the bullshit that happened with me and Nana, I just feel like, you know, him for really wasting my time and my money, really. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be me and him here making these business moves, you know what I'm saying? But, and you know, despite the fact that I still forgave this dude, even after the fact that he didn't really do for Minola, but, you know, it is what it is.
I've been meaning to ask you, so like Nana, did he ever call you at all to address that?
Nah, he didn't. He didn't call me. He hasn't texted, he hasn't said anything. So, you know, it is what it is. Just, I'm like, you know what, just him. You know what I mean? So, I'm good on him. Like, there's no repairing to any friendship that I have with Nana. I'm good on that. I'm good on it.
Yeah, you're better than me. I would definitely want my lick back in some way.
Right. Don't get me started with that one, because believe me, I thought about it 5 to 10 different ways that I can become, revengeful in the situation. But at the end of the day, I hear my grandmother in the background. What would Jesus do? And I'm like, so I was like, you know what? I'll just walk away from it, give myself the peace and the quiet that I need in my life right now, especially with this new journey that I get to take with my health. I still have to stay on the same treatment plan and everything, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Everything's gonna be good.
That's good. Well, I mean, if you ever want to give me the word and the go, you can call me Karma.
All right, I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to hold you on that one. Well, I just wanted to call you and check in to see how you were doing and, all that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad this is all a bunch of great news.
Yes, it is. Definitely. Great times. Looking forward to your party. Can't wait. I got my costume already.
Ooh, how exciting. Do you want to tell me now or is it a surprise?
I'm going to be coming back to America, Eddie Murphy. I'm excited.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that king thing. And, I want to be the king and everything. I'm joking, but it is what it is.
So if you look on the map right here, so I'm right here at airport. I did that task, examine the body bag on the watchtower. I'm gonna move south to Slaughterhouse. The next thing I'm supposed to do at Slaughterhouse is graph all instances of infection residue. You know what? Yeah. How you like these f***ing nuts. Alright. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time talking to you guys on stream. We'll see if I'll stream later today or possibly tomorrow. So thank you guys. I enjoyed my time. Bye.
Resumes are bull. Motherfuckers don't even look at resumes no more. Resumes encourage bull. I know motherfuckers who lie on their resume. There's been so many jobs.
Flynn's a f***ing dumbass. Why would he post this?
On Monday, money on Friday, talking on a ship, not just a race, building a brand from a whisper to wave, becoming a bossing up, taking risks daily, gotta bend and break rules, ain't no luck, just hustle, late nights with the crew, staying focused, not losing hope, wanting a better view, from poverty to properties, it's monopoly.
Brought to you by Injury to Wellness, promoting vitality and health.